Here's Fred Seawack with his definition of ALS.
The best way I could describe what it's like is for you right now to sit down in a chair. We'll strap your legs to the chair. We'll strap your arms to the armrests of the chair. We'll reduce your breathing by 80%. Now you can't move whatsoever in that chair. And then I would ask you to live your life. That's a little bit what it's like every day sitting in the wheelchair with the mind as active as ever, but the body no longer working.
The Leonard Florence Center for Living will be built in Chelsea, Massachusetts, on Admiral's Hill, on the Dr. Miriam and Sheldon G. Adelson campus. This will be America's first urban greenhouse model that revolutionizes institutional care. The cornerstone of this design will provide an environment of skilled care and supportive advanced technology, which fosters independent living with dignity for 100 residents. For the first time ever, 20 of those residences will be devoted to the care of people living with ALS.
And it's all within an environment that understands the nature of the disease.
A facility with these accommodations would be one of the best things that could happen. A person that had all the mobility that we take for granted, and now they don't. They're still a useful person, and she's still my wife. When we got the diagnosis, and I told my family and my friends, the first word that came out the mouth was, wow.
That I require more of my husband's care, and I feel a little guilty about it.
I had the tub completely taken out, and this shower stall put in.
The accommodations that Rufus Lawrence has made to the house have been costly.
A lady that comes in and to help her bathe, and this is how it's done. She transfers into the chair.
The financial burden of ALS falls on family and caregivers. Most private insurance can't provide this type of long-term care. In-home care can cost up to $250,000 a year in out-of-pocket expenses.
And I would go to bed wondering the next morning, will she be able to get up independently like she's been doing?
Rufus knows what the future will be for his wife Gertrude as the disease progresses. In only 2 years, Gertrude needs a wheelchair to move around. She is slowly losing the ability to grip with her hands, and her voice has been affected.
ALS takes so much away from you that any bit of humanity that you can hold on to is precious.
And right now we're working hard at trying to make good out of something so terrible, a disease that to me is beyond comprehension that could happen to anybody.
Here in Boston, Massachusetts, the designers at the architectural firm of DeMilla Schaefer are currently at work on the Leonard Florence Center for Living. Diane Dooley is the lead architect for the project.
I really knew nothing about ALS before working on this project. I had no idea of what was required and what was needed in the design of a building specifically for ALS residents.
This project so darn critically important.
Steve Saling, a professional architect diagnosed with the disease in 2006, is here to assist with the design of the special features for the new ALS residences.
To allow me to use my previous professional experience in a way that will affect me very directly.
In just 1 year, Steve has limited use of his hands and arms. He needs support when he walks, and the muscles in his throat have been affected.
He questions everything from the sizes of the space next to the bed.
Flexibility in the positioning of the furniture.
The ability to maneuver within the bathroom, and really makes us think carefully about every aspect of the design that we've been doing.
There will be 2 7,000 square foot houses, each consisting of 10 private bedrooms. Each room will have a private bath and shower. In keeping with the progressive greenhouse model, the kitchen will be located in the center of the houses. The kitchen will truly give a sense of home for residents and caregivers, where meals and companionship are shared. Another important feature of each room is the patient lift.
It prevents caretakers from having to bear the burden of lifting.
These lifts are necessary due to the paralysis of ALS. Patient lifts like this will be in each room to move a patient from a bed to wheelchair, from a wheelchair to the toilet, and to other parts of the room. ALS totally paralyzes a patient, but does not touch the mind. The patient is a prisoner of a paralyzed body.
Being lifted manually, their arms and legs are all over the place.
Anywhere in this direction too.
Exceptional idea, ultimate flexibility.
Chronic ventilator support will be available at the ALS residences.
Once on a vent, you're on it for the rest of your life.
Without a ventilator, the ALS patient is unable to breathe on their own because ALS paralyzes the muscles that control breathing. It's the only residence in the nation offering ventilation support to the 20 ALS residents. The ALS residences will provide patients the necessary technology and equipment in just one place.
That'd be great.
The University of Massachusetts in Lowell, where senior engineering students will be working with our architects to provide innovative electronics. Here's an ALS patient who cannot move, yet by just moving his eyes, he can operate a computer to send emails and connect to the outside world, all from a bed or a wheelchair. Electronic sensors and voice recognition software give an ALS patient greater independence to open doors and use an elevator, all available at the ALS residences.
To have a place like the residence for the ALS is so critical and it's such a safeguard for someone to be able to turn to when their financial resources run out. You have almost no option.
Now your person is being cared for, and the rest of the family will be happy. It just will be a blessing all around.
This project literally will save my life.
The Leonard Florence Center for Living is the first in the nation to accommodate 20 ALS patients. We are asking for your financial commitment today to this $5 million major gifts campaign, earmarked specifically to the ALS residences. Your support goes directly to the compassionate care and state-of-the-art technology that will change how people live with ALS. Your financial support will make the dream of these truly revolutionary houses a reality, giving hope for an independent life with dignity. What is built here today because of your financial support becomes the standard for the future here in Massachusetts and nationwide. Technology to manage a house and caregiving to make it a home.